Migrasiya xidməti inspektorlarına.
After returning to power, our nationwide leader Heydar Aliyev's restoration of socio-political stability in the country, achievement of ceasefire, starting of fundamental reforms in all fields positively influenced migration process.
Migration is a natural process. It is impossible to prevent this process and it doesn't need prevention. In general, it has positive character.
President Ilham Aliyev, the follower of this mission, always mentions the necessity of keeping migration process in the center of attention. President Ilham Aliyev signed decree on establishment of the State Migration Service on March 19, 2007. In a short period of time, the State Migration Service was granted the status of a law enforcement body. It has been 5 years since the establishment of Azerbaijan State Migration Service. Being established on March 19, 2007, the state body has undertaken a number of works in the development of Azerbaijan society, strengthening statehood, providing national security during these years. In accordance with the relevant requirements, reports on implemented work are given, public is informed, official statistics are publicized. But the activity of each state entity has also a moral side. In this program, we'll talk about the work undertaken by the State Migration Service, its duties, in general, the essence of the service. Let's have a brief look at the history of the Migration Service.
Qısa olaraq isə birgə Azərbaycan Dövlət Miqrasiya Xidmətinin tarixinə nəzər salaq.
Opening of the new administrative building of the State Migration Service took place on May 25, 2010. Ilham Aliyev, head of the state who participated in the ceremony, mentioned important duties assigned to the Migration Service and pointed out necessity of enhancing the fight against illegal migration.
Miqrasiya xidmətinin xətti ilə görülən tədbirlər həm iqtisadi maraqlarımızı qoruyacaq, eyni zamanda insanlarımızın rahat, təhlükəsiz həyatını təmin edəcək.
Measures taken by the Migration Service will defend our economic interests, as well as provide comfortable and safe life for our people. Growing number of people willing to come to Azerbaijan and illegal activity of those who intend to come to Azerbaijan shows how attractive country Azerbaijan is. We certainly open our gates to all guests, but everything should be in the legal frame. We must fight against illegal migration strictly. Persons coming to Azerbaijan in order to work should show respect to our laws. They should also respect our national values. In this case, all facilities will be created for foreign citizens living in Azerbaijan. Establishment of Migration Service was a timely taken step. During these years, the service was formed, became stronger, and today Migration Service has a very important role in defending Azerbaijan's economic interests.
Vaxtında atılmış addım idi və bu illər ərzində xidmət formalaşdı, gücləndi və bugün Azərbaycanın iqtisadi maraqlarının qorunması üçün miqrasiya xidmətinin çox mühüm rolu vardır.
Azerbaijan's State Migration Service is also a guarantee of immunity of human rights and freedoms. As seen from its name, to protect the rights of people coming to and leaving the country in the frame of legal demands and moral values forms the essence of the Migration Service. People have always struggled for a better life. For this purpose, they have migrated to different countries and tried to adapt to their lifestyle. Today, millions of people in the world live, study and work out of the boundaries of their motherland. Many times, these persons are unaware of difficulties which they will face in the places they go to. Today, the State Migration Service exercises control over foreigners temporarily staying as well as temporarily and permanently residing in the territory of the country to observe the requirements of Azerbaijan Republic legislation, implements relevant measures for expulsion of foreigners, violated the requirements of existing legislation, conducting examination, analysis and inspection. It also strictly controls the issues of their expulsion from the territory of the country.
Azərbaycan
The State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan has been laying special emphasis on international relations since the beginning of this activity. Today, meetings are held with representatives of international organizations, embassies and consulates in the country. Bilateral experience exchange is also carried out. During the first 6 months of 2012, the State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan has implemented several important measures towards widening international relations. During the first 6 months, cooperative relations with international and regional organizations have been developed. Participation of service employees has been provided at high level at the events held for the purpose of experience exchange on activities of international organizations and relevant authorities of foreign countries, regulation of migration process, and discussion on cooperation perspectives in the sphere of combating illegal migration. Trying to develop relations on bilateral and multilateral basis, the service widens cooperation in this sphere.
Beynəlxalq Miqrasiya Təşkilatının Azərbaycanda fəaliyyət göstərməsi.
International Organization for Migration began to function in Azerbaijan 17 years ago. In the 5 years of these 17 years, International Organization for Migration has worked with the State Migration Service in professional, operative, mutual and efficient cooperative condition. I would like to mention proudly that International Organization for Migration implemented first trainings and seminars for the employees of the State Migration Service. Since that day, constant cooperation between two entities is widened in all fields related to migration. General objective of the Migration Service, which is directly responsible for the implementation of the state policy in migration field of Azerbaijan, is to protect migrants and emigrants' rights at high level. The initiative of the State Migration Service Administration on conducting wide-scale measures on public awareness carried out in our Republic from May 29 to June 12, 2012 in the framework of June 18 Human Rights Day set up by the order of the President Ilham Aliyev is an obvious example of this. It was necessary to inform the public in migration sphere. First event from this series was held in Shirvan city on May 29 of the current year. Measures implemented in Lankaran, Yevlak, Ganja, Aksu, Shaki, Kachmaz, Kirdalan, Sumgayit cities were met by participants with interest. The purpose of holding such events is to inform foreigners and stateless persons and public on legislative acts regulating issues related to migration. During the events, official representatives of the State Migration Service Administration notified that foreigners and stateless persons' rights are protected by the service at high level.
Rapid development of the country in recent years has resulted in the increase of workplaces, and this caused attraction of labor force to the Republic of Azerbaijan by employers based on work permit. During the events, officials of the service, touching upon this issue, noted that one of the aims of holding such events is to acquaint entrepreneurs with paid labor activity. Every employer should obtain work permit from the State Migration Service for foreign specialists involved in labor activity. It should be granted which specific qualities labor force possesses that can be entrusted to a country citizen. During the events, questions given by authorized representatives of relevant regional executive authorities and law enforcement bodies, as well as a number of enterprise and organization directors, entrepreneurs with special interest, proved again that there is a need to hold such measures, and the implementation of public awareness measures in migration sphere is an important initiation put forward directly by the administration of the State Migration Service. In general, event participants once more denoted the significance of this initiative organized by Migration Service in 9 regions.
Since the day of its establishment, the State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan set up its activity on the basis of respect, legality and humanism principle to human and civil rights and freedoms. Lənkəran, Şirvan, Yevlax, Kachmaz and Baku regional departments of the State Migration Service function with the guidance of this principle. Establishment of regional migration departments aimed to provide comfort for persons applying and not to make them overcome long distance. Foreigners and stateless persons living in the regions are not applying to the capital anymore related to the extension of staying period in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan, obtaining temporary and permanent residence, also work permits, refugee status and citizenship issues. Now they can apply to the relevant departments of the service in the regions they live and get answers to the questions that interest them. Broad opportunities are formed for employees of regional departments of the service to combat strictly against illegal migration. There is a special corner in departments dealing with migration. Corner includes photos from meetings and events held by the service. Special stands are set up from the quotes of nationwide leader Heydar Aliyev and President Ilham Aliyev. It should also be noted that foundations of regional departments of Migration Service were laid in Şəki and Aksu. Construction works have been started.
Qloballaşan dünyada qonşu dövlətlərlə dostluq münasibətlərində olmaq daha
It is more important to maintain friendly relations with neighbor states in a globalizing world. In a modern period where different cultures and language assimilate with each other, to be more attentive to persons coming to and leaving from the country is the main demand of nowadays. Many times President Ilham Aliyev stated that Azerbaijan is an open and frank relationship with all countries. Flow of tourists and business entities to the country, which enhances the development of economy, is a natural process. Considering this reality, President Ilham Aliyev said that in our country everybody can walk freely and be in touch with fascinating beauty of the country. Also, businessmen can freely establish their businesses in this country, which is distinguished with its stability.
There are opportunities for liberal economy and working in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijanis are hospitable people. Construction and renovation works, establishment of modern services certainly attracts migrants.
Məsələləri əlbəttə ki, miqrantları cəlb edir.
If some years ago, country citizens left for foreign countries in order to work, now the number of migrant workers coming to the territory of the country is increasing year by year. Today, migrants from different countries of the world live in our country. Rapid development of economy, functioning of several foreign institutions, and establishment of a number of workplaces have been a strong motivation for foreigners to come to our country. Besides, restoration and construction works carried out in the country is a reason for the growth of the number of foreigners coming to our country to rest as well. Achievements either in the field of economy and social or culture are increasing year by year. It is no coincidence that foreigners coming to Eurovision Song Contest held in our country this year were amazed at grandiosity of Crystal Hall, which was newly built and opened for use, high-level organization of the contest, as well as charmed at the beauty and fascination of our country.
Migration Information Center of the State Migration Service has begun its activity on December 1, 2008. Foreigners and stateless persons can apply to this center. Anonymity of applicants is protected. Persons intending to get detailed information related to decisions on temporary and permanent residence, work permit, extension of temporary staying period, as well as citizenship, determination of refugee status and issues of the kind can get information calling 919, the phone number of Migration Information Center.
Təəssüf ki, bəzən sui-istifadə hallarına yol verənlər.
Unfortunately, there are cases where misuse happen. For example, an entrepreneur brings labor force from abroad to the country. They can stay in Azerbaijan during a certain period according to the law, but overstay in the territory of the country causes law violation. But Migration Service explains humanly to those foreigners and stateless persons that they cannot stay in the country illegally.
Qanunsuz qala bilməzlər.
each application submitted during the first half of 2012, the first 6 months has been investigated separately in accordance with the requirements of the legislation of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and the relevant decisions have been adopted. During the first 6 months of 2012, 28,643 applications have been submitted to the service. These applications are related to the extension of temporary staying periods in the country, granting temporary and permanent residence permissions, acquiring, revocation, and restoration of citizenship, determination of citizenship and refugee status, as well as granting work permits and extension of period of existing work permits for carrying out labor activity.
Reception of documents of foreigners and stateless persons who applied to the State Migration Service is carried out in the Reception and Examination of Citizens Applications Division.
Today I had the chance to see the new office of these immigration services. I was impressed by the way it is organized. It's very fast and efficient. Impressed that in 10 minutes we could get past 6 numbers in the queue, and extremely polite, extremely well organized. Despite the heat outside, I can feel that people are really friendly, and really impressed that also not just waiting, but when we face the officer for immigration services.
This is Firoz Sheikh from India. I received work permit from Azerbaijan immigration, and thank you.
My name is Francis John. I'm from India, and when I came first time in this country, I was slightly afraid that where I'm going, because number of people, they said different things to me. But when as I came here, I saw the culture of these people, Azerbaijani people, and their cuisine, their food habits and all. And I like that. I like the people here, that they are so humble. Like if I go on trams or metro or somewhere, people love to give places to women.
My name is Michael Murphy. I came here first in 2004 to work on the offshore platform, Central Azeri platform. Now I've moved to Sangashal to work there, and I've been working there for now 7 years. So I've been to the immigration quite often. Quite happy with their it's quite satisfactory service here in the immigration department. Since I first came to Azerbaijan, I've seen many changes, particularly in the road network and in the buildings in the center of Baku. And in this year, I've seen all the preparations for the Eurovision Song Contest.
I'm Chris Gakit. I'm from Philippines, and I'm here in Azerbaijan to work. And right now we're here in immigration of Azerbaijan to process our working permit. So now I'm happy to have my passport now.
Violation of the rules of engagement in employment of foreigners and stateless persons. Involvement of foreigners and stateless persons in labor activities without obtaining work permit by employee is a violation of the requirement of legislation. In this case, officials are fined in the amount from 3,000 up to 5,000 manats, juridical persons from 30,000 up to 35,000 manats.
foreigners and stateless persons are fined in the amount from 300 up to 400 manats with or without expulsion in an administrative way from the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan for violating the rules of stay, residence in the Republic of Azerbaijan or transit passing through the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan.
During the first 6 months of 2012, 7,418 cases concerning violation of current legislative requirements by foreigners and stateless persons without observing rules of stay, as well as temporary and permanent residence in the Republic of Azerbaijan have been revealed. 1,756 persons were fined and their residence in that country was legalized. Decisions on 4,900 foreigners to leave the territory of the country within 48 hours and decisions on 762 foreigners to be expelled out of the country in administrative order were made.
In most cases, foreign citizens intentionally or unintentionally violate the rules of stay and residence in the country, and in such case he or she has to stay illegally in the country. Migration Service prevents such illegality immediately. The only way is applying to the State Migration Service. Mentioning successful solution of issues in Azerbaijan related to migration, head of our state stressed that migration is also manifestation of development. He also noted that timely establishment of the migration service gives opportunity to regulate these processes up to the mark.
Miqrasiya xidmətinin yaradılması
Establishment of the migration service was very correct and timely step. When we made this decision, the number of migrants intending to come to Azerbaijan at that time was not so much, but we knew that as a result of successful development of Azerbaijan and execution of all programs, the flow of labor force from abroad would increase. Guided with these words of the country president as a basis, the State Migration Service combats against illegal migration, reveals the people residing illegally in the country and calls them to conform to our rules. During the conversation with foreigners who reside in the country illegally and have been brought for engagement by different entrepreneurs and employers, it was known that they reside in our country illegally. Coming face to face with deportation danger is one of the main difficulties for foreigners. Every country defines foreigners' staying procedure and conditions in its territory. Persons who don't comply with the defined rules are considered illegal migrants.
What is temporary staying period? In which cases is it extended? When should an application be made? Duration indicated on the visa of a foreigner or a stateless person arriving in the Republic of Azerbaijan is temporary staying period in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Temporary staying period of foreigners and stateless persons arriving in the Republic of Azerbaijan under visa-free regime should not exceed 90 days. A foreigner or a stateless person intending to stay in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan for more than the period indicated on visa should extend temporary staying period. A foreigner or a stateless person coming to the Republic of Azerbaijan under visa-free regime and intending to stay in the territory of the country for more than 90 days should extend temporary staying period. Temporary staying period is not extended for more than 90 days. Temporary staying period can be extended in the following cases: necessity for urgent treatment of foreigners and stateless persons in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan, death or serious illness of close relatives living in the Republic of Azerbaijan, granted petition on incompleteness of intended work by foreigners and stateless persons related to official necessity given by the organization which invited those persons. A foreigner and a stateless person should apply to the State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan for extension of temporary staying period at least 7 working days before expiration of staying period in the country.
What is temporary residence permission? In which cases is it granted? When should an application be made and for what period is it granted? If a foreigner or a stateless person whose temporary staying period has been extended wants to stay in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan for more than this period, he or she should obtain permission for temporary residence. Temporary residence in the Republic of Azerbaijan is granted maximum for a year and cannot be extended more than 4 times. Permission to a foreigner and a stateless person for temporary residence in the Republic of Azerbaijan is granted in the following cases: close relationship with the citizen of the Republic of Azerbaijan, marriage with the citizen of the Republic of Azerbaijan, investment in the country economy in the amount defined by the Cabinet of Ministers of the Republic of Azerbaijan, deposit in any banks of the Republic of Azerbaijan in the amount defined by the Cabinet of Ministers of the Republic of Azerbaijan, obtaining work permit to carry out labor activity in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan on legal basis, full-time education at the universities of the Republic of Azerbaijan, highly qualified specialists in the fields of economy, industry, defense, culture, sports, science, etc. A foreigner and a stateless person intending to obtain temporary residence permit in the Republic of Azerbaijan should apply to the State Migration Service at least 22 working days before expiration of temporary staying period.
What is permanent residence permission? For which period is it granted? And when should an application be made? A foreigner and a stateless person temporarily residing in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan for 2 years can apply for obtaining immigrant status in the territory of the country. Immigrant status is granted for 5 years. After the expiration of this period, upon the application of a foreigner or a stateless person, permanent residence permission can be extended for 5 more years. The number of extensions is not limited. A foreigner and a stateless person intending to obtain immigrant status should apply to the State Migration Service at least 3 months before expiration of temporary residence period.
What is work permit? In which cases and for which period is it granted? A foreigner who arrived in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan with the purpose of carrying out labor activity can work in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan only under the work permit issued for his or her name. Foreigners should apply to the State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan related to obtaining work permits via juridical or physical persons who intend to employ them. The main conditions for carrying out paid labor activity by foreigners who have the vocational training and speciality corresponding to requirements of workplaces are availability of vacant workplaces for which there is a lack of local experts and failure of the employment service to provide employees to the employers from local manpower resources. Work permit is granted for the period of 1 year. Term of work permit may be extended 4 times, each time not more than for a period of 1 year. For extension of the term of work permit, the employer should apply to the State Migration Service with an application form at least 22 working days before expiration of work permit period.
Who is a refugee? Refugee is a person who is not a citizen of the Republic of Azerbaijan owing to well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, nationality, religion, membership of a particular social group or political opinion, is outside the country of his nationality and is unable or, owing to such fear, is unwilling to avail himself of the protection of that country, or who, not having nationality and being outside the country of his former habitual residence, as a result of such events, is unable or, owing to such fear, is unwilling to return to it.
How is the citizenship acquired? A foreigner and a stateless person permanently residing in the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan with legal basis uninterruptedly for the last 5 years, having a legal source of income, obliged to follow the constitution and laws of the Republic of Azerbaijan, as well as submitting a document certifying his or her knowledge of the state language, can be admitted to the citizenship of the Republic of Azerbaijan upon his or her personal application in accordance with the law, regardless of his or her origin, race and nationality, gender, educational background, attitude to religion, political and other convictions.
The State Migration Service doesn't make an accusation against the violators of the rules of stay and residence in the country, doesn't choose punishment way, simply informs that it is necessary to observe the rules defined by the legislation of the Republic of Azerbaijan.
In a word, the State Migration Service doesn't play the role of entity punishing foreigners and stateless persons for violating the law. Simply, like everyone else, it demands to observe laws.